Chad, just start your evaluation offensively of what you guys did. Most of it looked pretty good offensively, but I'm sure there were a couple things you didn't like.
Yeah, the biggest thing we didn't like was the ball security. Definitely got to take care of the ball. Obviously lost one, but, several more that was in jeopardy. So we got to take – that's the biggest thing. I was real pleased with the we had no – for 2 weeks in a row, we had no pre-snap penalties. We just had that one. It was the first play of the game. It had a lineman downfield, but that was 2 weeks in a row without any pre-snap penalties, which is really good because we've been doing a great job of, mixing up the cadences, so that was really good. We were efficient passing the ball, which is really great to see. We're explosive running the ball, broke tackles, and we played clean football outside of that. Ball security, that's really poor. Outside of that, we played real clean football.
On the pressure with Garrett, that was that one right in his face.
Miscommunication and poor lack of execution between the center and the running back.
Okay. You said he was carrying the ball wrong on that fumble?
Well, no, he was just trying to get to. We got away from it early in the run. At the point of attack, I say he was just being greedy. To be honest with you, his coach talked about not having like 21-point plays at that particular time. He's trying to get, he's trying to get more than what was there. He got to cuff the football. He had 2 defenders. We always say in time you're in traffic, which is 2 or more, cuff the football, and it was 2 defenders around him. So he was, instead of trying to stiff arm the guy and get more yards, just cuff the football, get down, play the next play.
After what happened to Jordan, are you going to stay away from him, or are you going to be a little more paying attention on the sidelines? What was your thoughts?
I'm a little more alert to Coach Leslie. I think I'm going to jump cut and get out of the way, but I'm going to stay right there on the sideline.
Did you see it happen? Were you close to him?
I did not see that. I didn't see it until after the game. We got in the locker room. Wow. I did not see that happen. Yeah. He took a great shot, though. Wow.
Have you ever had anything like that happen in a game? Have you ever get friendly fire or anything on the sideline?
I've been close. I've been pretty athletic enough to jump cut. But now I hadn't experienced that. I hadn't been run over like that. He got a pretty good one. I don't think he saw that coming. At least he saw it too late.
Neil Brown mentioned C.J. Donaldson, Offensive Player of the Week. He's been running really well and aggressive again. How excited does that make you going back up to Pittsburgh now, where you really had that breakout game?
Yeah, very excited. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now that you guys are going to see the more confident and healthier version of him that he showed 2 years ago, but. He's playing at a high level right now, and he's also, he's just such a great football player. He's playing he's playing special teams. He's starting with 2 or 3 units, special teams wise. He's running with great pad level, falling forward, and he's seeing it really well. And that's great to see. It's very pleasing to see. He's worked his butt off to get to this point. And it's great to see.
For last year, it was tough keeping him on the field. Was there a concern there that this was going to just linger? Obviously, he's been able to get through 2 games so far. Was that something you talked to him about?
Say it one more time.
Well, just him staying on the field and being dependable and saying, "Hey, I'm going to have you."
Yeah.
Before there were games like, "Wow, we have CJ? Is he good to go?"
Right. Well, like I said, last year he wasn't healthy at all. Last year, he's all fixed up now and he's healthy, and he's done a phenomenal job working on his body. He's did a great job. We always talk about if you expect more, do more, and he expect a lot out of his body. He asking his body to do a lot, and so he's did a phenomenal job with his nutrition, how he's trained. He's changed his body. He's built his lean muscle mass. Coach Joseph done a phenomenal job with him, and so he's stronger, and he's able to withstand more. And he does a phenomenal job recovering as well. But I don't even talk about that with him because I don't even want him to think about that at all. And he doesn't talk about it either.
But he's a running back now. Before he was a wide receiver transitioning to a running back. Right. Now his body's getting used to taking blows and all that. I guess
he's gotten used to it. He feels it. He took so many bad shots last year. Not playing with great pad level and playing banged up and not necessarily able to move the way he wanted to move, agile-wise, to avoid a lot of collisions. So I'm pretty sure he don't want to feel that anymore. But he did a great job. And one of the runs I really liked near the goal line, called an outside zone play, and he did a phenomenal job making a safety miss and breaking a tackle. That's kind of the agile. With the change of his body, it's allowed him to be a lot more nimble on his feet and make guys miss, and so he can avoid some of those big collisions.
So he's avoiding the direct hits a little bit
Absolutely,
more.
he is. He really is, and he's doing a great job, more consistently, playing with better pad level, which shows over his toes, which is not exposing his big frame to big hits either.
You talked about that pad level. Is that hard for a taller back to?
It really is, and we do what I do to help him out. And during my individual drill, I work a lot of those arches that forces him to play low. But it is hard for a kid that size. But obviously, we can't make an excuse. Nobody cares, right? We got to get our pass down. So what I do, a couple times a week is use those arches within the individual drills that forces him to do it. So, he's consistently doing it over and over. So when it matters most, he does it.
What's the story on Pitt's defense? Neil said it's kind of the same as it's been.
Yeah, he's been there for several years, so they are who they are. Versatile defense. They do a lot. They blitz a lot. They fly around. Athletic. Fly get 11 hands to the football.
They got 8 sacks and 8 different guys have been in on that. So is it a matter of games, twists? Do they move a lot of people around? Is there people you got to identify?
They do. They move. They do a lot of games up front. They slant a lot and they blitz a lot. They try to create a lot of confusion within the front O-line. When I say the front and the running backs. So we got to do a great job this week. O-line and running backs been on the same page, communication wise, and same page to understand who has who. So because it might be a time where the O-line might miss and the running backs can make them right, vice versa. So this week's a great week for us to get on the same page. And we've done that for the most part. That hiccup we had last week was, that's uncharacteristic of us and shouldn't have happened.
Coach, do you say anything to Green going into such a big game, because he didn't play in the game in 2022 and then last year injured so early? He hasn't really had this experience in terms of being the guy.
Not really. Really, about the only thing we say to all of these guys is that it's a second opportunity on a big stage, and we got to capitalize on it. And they need to go play with emotion. They're gonna naturally do that, but it's got to be controlled emotion. And for him, he's just got to repeat success. He had a great week last week. Just follow that up with another week. Not put any, I think just the momentum and atmosphere around this week gonna create enough excitement, that he needs. So he just consistently do what he did last week.
The way Pitt plays defense, sometimes it's tempting to throw it down the field. But with the way their corners are back to the ball, is it tempting for Garrett to say, hey, see green grass, take off?
Absolutely, he needs to do that. And he did that last week, and that's just who he is. And we did not see a lot of that the first week, which is not who he is. And then he did that a lot last week. So, I hope he does do that. But we got to be able to hit some shots downfield. We did that this week, and that was good for the receivers to see, and it was good for him to see those guys make those plays for him last week as well. So we got to be able to take some shots. And then when I look at him pulling the ball down the run, I look at it more as him not making bad decisions. The younger Garrett Green in the past would force those throws. Older, more mature, understands, sees the game a lot better. He's going to get yards and live to play the next play, which is what we need.
How hard is it to develop Rodney Gallagher when you're sharing on both sides, and how do you work that out?
Well, they do a great job in the meetings. He kind of goes back and forth. This is a tough task, just to answer your question. It's a tough task to do it. Now, first of all, he's very intelligent, he's very smart, got great football intelligence. If he didn't have that, it'd be hard for him to, go both ways. So natural football player, great football intelligence. He's done a phenomenal job in the offseason, doing a lot both ways. So it ain't really, it's not a lot. We're not asking him to do a lot. He knows everything offensively, so it was great. We didn't ask him to do that last year. We knew in the future we move him back and forth. So we wanted to make sure he knew the entire offense. So he knows the entire offense. So from that standpoint, there's no issues. Defensively, he did a lot in the offseason. He spends a lot of time with them during the week. So obviously he got to do extra in regards to watching more film and what we call open hours, and he does. So that helps him out.
He really doesn't have a lot of experience in either of those positions.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't really a wide receiver or a defensive back. So that's
He's a phenomenal athlete. Yeah. Tough task, though.
Robinson and Bray closer to regular contributions?
They are. They made some strides last week. That was good to see. That was good. I was excited for them. I was happy for those guys. Justin Robinson made some big plays for us last week, and And it was good to see Jaden Bray get the big ball. You know, he needed that big time for his confidence. But they are. And hopefully those guys break out any time now. We got talent at room, man. Those guys in that room would do a lot. But it's good to see those guys come along and be able to make some plays for us last week.
Do you have any experience with Pitt prior to West Virginia?
I do. Well, when I coached at Carolina, we played those guys.
Okay. So obviously, Narduzzi was the coach then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, anything else for Coach?
That it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you all.